I've been trying 19 years, since I was 16, to get in front of you.
In the world of talent shows, where contestants queue for hours, wait patiently for their turn, and follow every rule to a T, one man flipped the script in the most jaw-dropping way possible. Picture this: a regular night on Britain's Got Talent, a packed theater buzzing with excitement, and the judges settled into their seats when suddenly, out of nowhere, a voice booms from the audience. Simon, 19 years I've tried to get in front of you. The cameras weren't ready, the producers weren't expecting it, and the audience was frozen in shock. What was happening? Was this part of the show, or an unscripted disruption? That man was Max Fox, a local singer from Blackpool who had been chasing his dream for nearly 2 decades. And in that single moment, he wasn't just a face in the crowd, he became the story. With one bold interruption, he turned an ordinary episode into something unforgettable. But the question soon followed: was this real, or was it all an act crafted for virality? To understand the gravity of what happened on that stage, you need to know who Max Fox is. Not a celebrity, not a reality TV fixture, just a man with a voice and a dream that refused to die. Max had spent 19 relentless years trying to break into the music industry, particularly eyeing the stage of Britain's Got Talent. He wasn't new to rejection, he wasn't unfamiliar with disappointment. He had sent in tapes, auditioned traditionally, and endured the silent rejection that so many aspiring artists know all too well. But Max wasn't just persistent, he was unwavering. A local singer from the seaside town of Blackpool, he carried with him the hopes of someone who had sacrificed everything in pursuit of his passion. Every no only strengthened his resolve, and that night at the BGT audition wasn't just about singing, it was about survival, legacy, and a heart that refused to give up. This wasn't the story of a newcomer hoping to go viral. This was the story of a man whose entire adult life had led to one explosive, rule-breaking moment. What made Max's move so shocking wasn't just that he spoke out, it was that he completely shattered the unwritten laws of TV decorum. Audience members don't speak, they clap, they laugh, they cheer, but they don't interrupt the show. Yet Max did exactly that. His voice sliced through the air like a blade, calling out to Simon Cowell mid-show, asking not just for attention, but for a chance. The judges turned in stunned silence, unsure if this was a prank or a security breach. Simon, never one to hide his skepticism, narrowed his eyes and asked, "Is this a wind-up?" The tension was immediate, the suspense electric. For a moment it seemed like Max might be escorted out, but he stood his ground, his voice shaking but determined. There was no script, no safety net, just raw desperation and a once-in-a-lifetime shot. And then, in a twist worthy of a movie script, Simon relented. He gave Max the chance to prove himself. The crowd exhaled, the cameras zoomed in, the stage was set, and everyone was watching with bated breath. Simon Cowell, the kingmaker of talent television, has seen it all: fake sob stories, pre-rehearsed antics, and everything in between. So when Max interrupted the show, Simon's first instinct wasn't to be moved, it was to be suspicious. Was this guy for real, or was he just another fame seeker pulling a publicity stunt? But something about Max's plea, the sincerity, the trembling voice, the fire behind his eyes, cut through Simon's usual cynicism. He weighed the risk, allow a random audience member to take the stage and possibly tank in front of millions, or bet on a long-shot dreamer with everything to lose. In that brief moment of calculation, Simon rolled the dice. He nodded. Max could sing. And just like that, what began as chaos turned into possibility. The spotlight hit the stage, the crowd hushed, and Max walked forward, not as a gatecrasher, but as a contender. The gamble had been made. Now it was time to see if it would pay off. The silence was deafening as Max stepped onto the stage, microphone trembling in his hand. Then the opening bars of Frank Sinatra's My Way began to play, and something shifted in the air. Max didn't just sing, he erupted. His voice filled the auditorium with a haunting mix of pain, passion, and pride, the kind of performance that only comes from someone who's lived every word of the song. You could feel the weight of 19 years in every note, the audience was transfixed, the judges stunned, and then boom. Amanda Holden slammed the golden buzzer with both hands. Confetti rained from the ceiling, the theater exploded in cheers, and Max crumpled in disbelief. In less than 3 minutes, he had gone from rule breaker to golden boy. The emotions were raw, unfiltered. Amanda's voice trembled as she confessed, "I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I had to press the golden buzzer." It wasn't just a good performance, it was a cultural moment. As the clip of Max's audition went viral, so did the speculation. Online forums lit up with theories, TikTok exploded with reaction videos. Reddit threads dissected every frame. Was this moment too perfect to be real? Critics pointed out how well the cameras captured it all, how seamlessly the show transitioned from chaos to performance. Was it really possible for an audience member to take control so easily on a tightly run show like BGT? Theories ranged from brilliant marketing stunt to emotional manipulation. Max, for his part, laughed it off, joking, "I think I should be wired to a lie detector to prove I'm speaking the truth." But doubts persisted. Was this just another case of reality TV scripting reality, or had we all witnessed something rare and true? Simon responded directly, stating firmly, "I know what people will say, but I promise it wasn't staged." And still, the debate raged on. Beneath the glitter and applause was a deeply emotional current that most viewers didn't know. Max's performance wasn't just a shot at fame, it was a tribute to his late grandfather Tommy, the man who had believed in Max's talent more than anyone else, who had passed away before ever seeing his grandson take the stage. Max revealed that he sang "My Way" at Tommy's funeral, a decision that felt full circle as he performed the same song in front of millions. This wasn't about going viral, it was about fulfilling a promise to a man who never stopped believing. It was about grief, closure, and a spiritual connection that guided him onto that stage. For Max, this was personal, deeply so. He didn't just honor his grandfather's memory, he embodied it. And for many viewers, that revelation was more powerful than any golden buzzer. With the golden buzzer behind him and the support of an astonished panel of judges, Max Fox was launched directly into the semifinals. But this was more than a leap in a competition. It was a lifetime of failure finally vindicated. Max's story isn't just about one big break, it's a lesson in endurance, in taking control of your own fate when all other paths are blocked. He could have waited another year, another decade. Instead, he seized his moment, broke the rules, and created a narrative so compelling it stopped millions in their tracks. And now, the nation is watching. Will he go all the way? That remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Max Fox didn't just audition, he made history. In an era where every viral moment is suspect, where authenticity is packaged and sold, Max's story raises critical questions about what we believe and why. If it was staged, it was executed flawlessly. If it was real, it was the kind of serendipity that rarely happens in television. Could a man from the audience truly pull off such a moment without coordination? What were the legal, security, and production risks involved? Was Amanda's golden buzzer spontaneous or planned? These aren't just internet rabbit holes, they reflect a broader cynicism toward media in general. Yet, amid the swirling theories, there's a glimmer of something deeply human, the hope that once in a while, something real can break through the noise, that a man with nothing to lose can change everything in a single moment. And maybe that's the point, not whether it was staged, but whether it made you feel something real. At its core, Max Fox's story isn't just about one performance or a viral moment, it's about the relentless pursuit of a dream, the courage to step into chaos, and the audacity to believe you deserve a shot, even when the world keeps telling you no. He didn't wait for an invitation, he created one. And in doing so, he reminded millions that sometimes breaking the rules is the only way to write your own destiny. If nothing else, Max's moment showed us that dreams don't die, they just wait for us to scream them into existence. So if you're sitting on the sidelines of your own life, waiting for the perfect opportunity, maybe it's time to stand up, speak out, and create your moment, just like Max did.